Public housing represents a critical intersection of social policy, urban planning, and the quest for equitable living conditions. Across the globe, its evolution is marked by a tapestry of historical contexts, political ideologies, and economic motivations. In the United Kingdom, the roots of council housing trace back to the 1860s, where local governments began addressing the dire need for affordable housing amid the rapid industrialization of cities. This initiative has seen radical transformations over the decades, particularly after World War II, when high-rise estates emerged as a solution to housing shortages. However, as urban planning philosophies shifted, there has been a notable move towards mixed-income developments, aiming to foster inclusivity and community cohesion. Italy's journey into social housing commenced after the unification of the country in the late 19th century. The ambition to provide adequate housing continued to expand with national legislation in the early 20th century. Iconic projects like Corviale in Rome, a massive 1-kilometer-long structure, illustrate the grand vision of post-war housing, although many such developments have been criticized for their lack of livability and connection to the surrounding urban fabric. France's experience mirrors this trajectory, where social housing proliferated post-war, initially as a solution for the middle class. Over time, however, these areas became stigmatized, often associated with immigrant populations, leading to social unrest and protests, such as the significant uprisings in 2005. Germany showcases a different narrative, with a long-standing commitment to public housing that emphasizes social integration. Berlin's developments have evolved to reflect changing societal needs, balancing affordability with quality of life. In the Netherlands, the Bijlmermeer project in Amsterdam stands as a testament to the challenges of the Tower in the Park model, necessitating redesigns to enhance livability and community engagement. Meanwhile, the Soviet Union's approach to mass housing during the Cold War resulted in the standardized Khrushchevka apartments, which created self-sufficient neighborhoods but often lacked essential services and quality living conditions. China's housing policies have also drawn heavily from the Soviet model, with state-owned enterprises managing worker villages under the Danwei system. However, the sweeping reforms of the 1980s led to a complex housing landscape characterized by both state-supported affordable options and rapid urbanization, often resulting in significant displacement. In Latin America, the narrative is more fragmented, with a blend of public, cooperative, and trade union-developed housing initiatives aimed at countering informal settlements. Although these efforts have yielded mixed outcomes, they reflect a broader struggle against urban inequality. In Africa, social housing initiatives are still relatively nascent, often focusing on slum upgrading rather than large-scale developments. Conversely, Singapore has emerged as a remarkable success story, where the Housing and Development Board has ensured that a significant majority of residents live in government-built housing, fostering community and stability. Hong Kong's post-war high-rise public housing developments addressed acute housing shortages, becoming an integral part of its urban planning strategy. The United States presents a contrasting narrative where public housing evolved through a series of policy shifts. Early initiatives during the New Deal laid the groundwork for federal involvement in housing, culminating in landmark developments like the Harlem River houses. However, discriminatory practices such as redlining entrenched racial segregation and limited access for minority communities. The failures of high-rise public housing projects in the post-war era, exemplified by the notorious Pruitt-Igoe, highlight the consequences of neglect and mismanagement. As the landscape of public housing continues to evolve, the debate surrounding its role in urban development remains contentious. While some cities have successfully integrated social housing into broader strategies, others grapple with cycles of demolition, displacement, and systemic inequities. The ongoing discourse about public housing raises vital questions about equity, affordability, and the fundamental right to housing, challenging governments to reconsider their responsibilities in fostering inclusive urban environments. The future of public housing, therefore, hinges not just on policy but on the collective will to envision and implement solutions that prioritize human dignity and community well-being.